It is August the 4th, 2023, and I had the day off work, so I spent it with 10 hours of on the roadness in the car. Um, Drive Ja and Monique up to outside of Nanaimo for their K treatment, their ketamine thing, and dropped them off, and then had that much time to kill. And unfortunately, Barbie was showing at a later time. It was like 1 o'clock, so it just didn't quite set up. So I sat in the car. I watched Dune, which was good. Um, I don't know if it's gonna really stick with me. I mean, I watched it on my phone. I'm sure Denis Villeneuve is very disappointed in me, and it was okay. I watched other things on my phone and had more impact. It was a very visual movie. I did watch it with my earbuds in, so I got the full all the wonderful music and soundscape of that movie. But it was kind of like, okay, that was fine. When the second part comes out on Netflix as well, maybe I'll watch it. I will watch it. I definitely will watch it. It was like a good adaptation. It was good. It was a good adaptation of. It was a good adaptation of the science fiction classic by Frank Herbert. That was good. Um, but yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. Um, I spent the good majority of the time just doodling. I did actually look at my stuff for the Dufflepuff rewrite. I did do a couple of initial sketches for characters from the Dufflepuffs as well. Um, I did a review of Shard Lake number 4, Revelation, which is probably all I need to do. It's one of those thankless things to review a book that is, 4 deep into a series. I mean, it's a mystery series, so they're probably all standalones, but it was like, nah. But I did it. I got a vocal video in today as well, so that is awesome. And we had a delightful dinner at White Spot on the way home, and very, very kindly paid for by Monique, who was being over generous with us, and we'll have to be vigilant on that in the future. And then came home and had the perfect little nice light thing, which was watching Star Trek Strange New World Season 2, the musical episode, which probably on my scale of Buffy musical episode-ness isn't quite at Buffy level, but still, I quite enjoyed it. It was hilarious fun, especially the Klingons, and when they break into song, and oh my god, it is so perfect. And you could also see why they've been driven into a murderous rage and are quite happy to just destroy everybody to make it stop. I'm not going to spoil that joke even here in the middle of a dark episode. It was just so great. I was dancing when I saw that. I was flailing and all the sorts of things. Um, yeah. So I enjoyed that. That was lovely, lovely fun. Um, they did a cappella version of the theme song at the opener, adding that to their cartoon opening for their Lower Decks crossover episode. So yeah, it's kind of become the wacky show this season. This season seems to just being like, we're just going to be wacky and fucking weird, which is interesting to go this early in its production. Like, oh, we're going to make this our identity. We're going to lean into this. Usually that was kind of what they would do. You would expect the show to do that kind of later in its run, where you kind of like, okay, we've done all the episodes we can think of. Let's just do fucking anything. But no, they seem to have kind of jumped into that right away. There is slightly the danger of they've fallen a little too much in love with their characters and themselves. Um, in that kind of like, oh, we're fans of ourselves kind of way, which I worry about and have had criticisms of other episodes in this season. But I have to say, some of their later episodes are actually, well, I didn't like the wacky Spock episode, the French farce or whatever you would call that episode. I didn't quite like that. I think that kind of really undermined and made me not care about Spock and Chapel. Not that I cared about Spock and Chapel that much to begin with, but that didn't help. And hey, this episode, one of the side benefits was shutting down that relationship, which is great. So I appreciate that. And who knows, maybe Chapel's going off into other doing just going to go do something else. That would be fine. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. And that's my dark episode and review of Dune and Strange New Worlds all in one. I'm very efficient tonight, which is good because I'm going to go have a bath. Right, Theo? Yes. Theo's been captured, so he can't bay at everybody going by. I'm going to release him now and go upstairs. All right. More videos later.